Hello friends, this is Brother Rick again here on Eagle Mountain. I want to thank you for dropping by, spend a little time with us. As we said in past videos, we do a lot of natural things here on Eagle Mountain. We try to get back to the basics the way we feel God intended it. And we started us a new batch of worms here to start more vermicast. As you know, vermicast is one of the strongest components on earth for fertilizing trees and house plants, even gardens. So we've ordered us another batch of worms. We order worms strictly from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. They seem to be the healthiest. They're always alive when he sends them, and we get plenty of them when you order. So you can check him out on the internet. There's his website and telephone number, order information, and it's always just a awesome bag of worms. But what we've done here, now some people do this differently, but this is how I have always done this, and it seems to work. We can, if you look on the bottom here, if you can tell, there's holes drilled on the bottom. That's to let the what they call a worm tea drain through. It's the what's left from the worms' meals after they eat. And the reason I got 2 buckets, I've only got about 1,000 worms here, but the reason I've got 2 buckets is because the worms will multiply according to the amount of surface dirt they have. So if you have them all packed in one bucket, they probably won't multiply. And as you know, worms are morphodites, so they both can, when they mate, both will produce a seed or a egg, and then that egg will hatch, and sometimes there's several in each egg, so they multiply pretty quick. But basically what I've done, this is just a simple, we got 2 5-gallon buckets. I got new buckets because I like to start off clean buckets. I washed them out. I put a mixture of dirt, cow manure, and just regular humus in these buckets. I got it a little moist. It's kind of moist, but it's not super wet because we don't want to drown them. And I have planted in each one of these, I have put in corn cobs that we just took from the table that's under the dirt. I usually grind this stuff up in a blender. I have put different kinds of peel, like put from cantaloupes and apples. Bananas are real good because they're so high in potassium. And I put these in here, and I let it set for a day or two. You can mix it and pour it right in, but I just was going to go ahead, put about half of the worms in here, and they are kind of sluggish. They've been traveling a day or two, and if you travel, you know what that's like. So they're in just dry peat moss, it looks like, but these are moving around pretty good. So we'll kind of divide them up a little bit. Put you see there, what a ball of worms. Now, these are little red wigglers, and they are wiggling, so we'll put them over here. They do not like the light, so they'll disappear into the bucket there pretty quick. But anyway, you can get a good shot of them right there. When they start to come to, they have been dehydrated a little bit before they ship them. So I did put a little extra water just a few minutes ago into the bucket. Anyway, that's pretty much it. And these things, if you remember to feed them, maybe put a little water on them from time to time. That's all it is to this. And they produce, the little red wigglers produce like crazy. And what I do to keep birds and also insects, because certain insects will lay in there, especially when you start putting food. What I do, I take an old black t-shirt that we had. I think this one was from the butterfly sanctuary we opened up. So I take a black t-shirt, and I usually cut it in 2, and I put that over there, and then I take a piece of cord or baling twine, and then I just wrap that around it, tie it up to keep the varmints out. We raise ducks. We try to restore, and this is kind of shaky today, but we are trying to restore some of the things back into nature. We have ducks and quail and pheasants, things like that here at Eagle Mountain. So anyway, I do appreciate you turning in. I hope that, you know, there's a whole lot of people gets a whole lot more complicated than that. You have to have so much cardboard, so much paper. Newspaper can have certain colors on it and all. You may see a little newspaper in there, and that's see, these are already starting to come alive and dig down in the dirt. But maybe just a little newspaper, but I don't put too much newspaper. I figure the way it is, if nature don't have newspaper, so Why should we? But anyway, I do have like maybe a little cardboard roller, like from a paper towel dispenser, or a toilet paper roller after you use the paper off of it, and I may bury that in there. It helps to get the minerals and the biology of the whole thing set up and going pretty good. But occasionally you may see one trying to climb up the top. Don't worry about that. They will try to escape. I mean, who wouldn't? But once they realize this is home, you're not going to have any trouble. But they will produce so fast. In 3 months, these will probably double. And then I think about every 3 months they usually double, if you don't have any trouble. But it's pretty awesome. And they produce, there's no odor to it. They produce just a dark, rich, what looks like dirt, but it's pure protein for plants. I mean, it's just like a super vitamin, super multivitamin for plants. And they'll eventually get to where this many before long will be producing a pound a day of vermicast. And you can use that for your flower beds and vegetables. And we're doing another experiment. We're raising some of our plants to be used in God's Way Gardens. Is another project we have here on Eagle Mountain, and we'll be taking those vegetables that we use with vermicast and take them to the local fairs in the fall to show people just how big the vegetables are. We hope that you'll turn back in and check that out too, and just see the results of vermicast. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. I thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit us, give us a like, and even subscribe. We do a lot of things with animals, animal rescue, wildlife rescue, and we have a rescue zoo that we're working on. We hope that you'll turn in and be with us through these things. So anyway, thank you so much for spending a little time with me, and I hope you learned a little something. So you have a great day, and until next time, you take it easy.